In this video, I'm going to show how to have Dante and an AVoIP solution like the Crestron NVX coexist on the network, even though we set the switch to filter unregistered multicast traffic. So we'll continue with the switch we worked with before, and I'm logging in using my account here. Like before, we're going to the multicast menu to the left, and we'll choose advanced to get all the menus. So this time we're going into the IP multicast group address, and this is where we can add multicast addresses to be let through the switch, even though we are filtering unregistered multicast. So there are 4 different multicast addresses we are going to set up. So it's the first one here, MDNS, multicast DNS, a protocol to discover devices using their names. And it's the second one here, which is control and monitoring for the Dante. So that's the 224.0.0.230 to 232. In some occasions we need to make sure the PTP is also whitelisted, but usually this works well in the Cisco SG-series. So we'll start by adding these 4 addresses. First we choose which VLAN we are going to have them on. So it's always VLAN 1 in this switch. In your cases, it may be some other VLAN. So the first one, that's the multicast DNS address. And then we had same VLAN, and 224.0.0.230. I'll copy that since we are going to reuse almost the same. And 1, 231 and 232. Okay, so those 4 addresses have been added now. Next, we are going to make sure these are okay on the different interfaces. So we'll mark the first one and press details. And I'm connected to port 1, for example, here. And I may have Dante devices on 2 and 3, and I may have port 10 as an uplink port to the next switch. And I want that switch to receive the multicast traffic too. And I press apply. So this makes the address up here being allowed in these ports. So I'll do the same thing for next port, next address. So these 3 addresses are the ones that Dante uses for control and monitoring, for example, setting an IP address or discover latencies and such things. So that's those 3. We have the first one here in the list also, and let's do the same thing with that one. We want to discover the Dante devices using MDNS on those ports, and we also want to send the information up the uplink the next switch. We may also have another device using MDNS, like a wireless presentation system like the Wolf Vision sign-up or an Apple TV or something like that. For example, connected to port number 6, then let's also whitelist that one. And there. That's the first steps. We'll save this configuration. And after that we'll go to Administration, File Management, File Operations, and let's press Backup File. First, because it's always good practice to actually save the files when we are done and keep them somewhere, and also because this way we can see what we've done. So what we've done is adding these 4 lines here, the multicast addresses and the VLAN numbers and the ports. Here we can also, of course, add more, copy these to other VLANs, and also copy this entire file to another file name and upload it to an other switch to reuse this as a template. When doing that, of course, we should change some other things. For example, we'd only want one DHCP server, for example. We may want to change the host name of the switch. But that's pretty much it. And last thing, we'll have a look at this slide again. This is from the Dante Training Level 3, Module 24. They are available on, for example, YouTube, but you could also take this course online through ordinator.com, and they are talking a lot more about what these ports are being used for. This part is, as it says here, troubleshooting. So if you're interested in Dante, just take the course. It's a really good one.